So guys, Big Lex recently spoke about the trailer for the Baddies USA reunion, and she explained the moment where she slapped Biggie even after Biggie called her pretty. So Lex basically said that just because someone gives her a compliment, it does not change anything about the situation. According to her, calling her pretty was not going to save Biggie from what was coming, and she made it clear that things were already set in motion. She kept repeating that it was what it was, meaning the situation had already reached a point where a simple compliment could not fix it. She went on to explain that being called pretty does not excuse someone from taking responsibility for what they did, especially because the issue between them allegedly happened in another country. Lex made it clear that she still expected accountability, no matter how nice someone tried to act in the moment. In her view, Biggie had enough time and chances before everything escalated, but those chances were not taken. However, Lex also spoke about why she did not react earlier when they were outside the country. She said she was thinking about her freedom and did not want to risk going to jail in a different country. She repeated that there is always a time and a place for everything, and for her, that moment overseas was not the right time to act on her anger. She seemed very aware of the consequences and chose to hold herself back even though she was upset. In the end, Lex explained that the reunion was the time she felt was right to finally crash out, meaning to let out everything she had been holding in. She emphasized again that timing matters, and she waited until they were in a place where she felt more comfortable dealing with the situation. To her, it was not about the compliment or how things looked in the moment, but about finally addressing what had been building up for a long time.
The pretty comment's not going to save you. It was going to be what it was going to be. And it was what it was. And just because you call me pretty doesn't mean that you're excluded from taking accountability of what you did in a whole different country. You feel me? Like it doesn't. But have plenty of space and opportunity before then. I wasn't going to risk my freedom of going to jail in a different country. There's a time and a place. I said there's a time and a place, bro. There's a time and a place. And the time was not out the country. That wasn't my time to crash out. My time to crash out is when we on where we on. And when they do it, now you're a victim. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. That's not my fault that you made me feel some type of way to the point where when I see you, it was that. That's not my fault. It's not my fault that you thought shit was sweet to the point where you feel like because you gave me a compliment that was a savior for you to not get touched. That's not my fault. You thought I looked pretty. That's not my fault. It's not my fault. Nothing. You can't blame me for how I reacted. That's not my fault. If you didn't know, if you didn't think that I was going to be on that after what you did, and you know what you did, that's not my fault. It's not my fault that I sit on business and you thought she was sweet. It's not my fault. It's not.